Alright guys, last update for the night. So I talked about adding onto the position. You guys saw me add onto it, and target hit here. Hasn't gone half back yet, but it might not need to, right? So what I'm talking about here is when you have a high, let's put in, price goes up, comes back down, and then there is a gap between this high and this low. That space in between this, you can put a line in between it. You know, try to find this in price. It's actually quite hard to do, where you can simply put a line between a high and a low, and no low and no high intersects between it. It's really quite hard actually to find it. And if you find that area, price is probably going to redeliver to there. So this is exactly what we have here. You have a high, price moved up. You could put a line in between this high and that low right there. So price has now filled that in. You can no longer put a line in between them, can you? No, you can't. So that's why I thought price would return here, and that's why it returned here. So it's a very simple way of looking at redelivery theory, and you know, a price being redelivered to offer redelivery to an area so it's fair delivery, meaning both buyers and sellers had opportunity. Because if you think about it, when price ripped up here, sellers never had an opportunity to sell, because sellers aren't going to sell when price is booking up. That's something degen traders do. Not an actual trader will not do that. An actual trader will wait for price to come down to it, consolidate, and move away from it. A doji, as we know, is buying and then selling in the same area. So price has been dropped down. Go 30 seconds. Seller sold there, right? So now it is complete. Buyers and sellers is sold. Buyers bought. Sellers sold. Connecting the buyers with the sellers, making this area now complete. It is complete. You know, both buyers and sellers have bought in this area. Although, if you look at like the lower time frames, like the 30-second, like we are here, this high, there is no low connecting to it. So price is probably going to drop down into here. That would be my guess. I mean, it might not right now, but at some point it will, to fill in this area here from this high to this low right here. It's missing. It's an incomplete, you know, buyers bought, sellers have not sold from here to here. Sellers have not had a chance to sell, right? So what's going to happen is you're going to see them bust down. It's going to go lower, and it's going to fill it in. So no one else looks at price like this. I guarantee that. I'm the only one that I think is really filling in the gaps with this. And, you know, in the most simplest terms, how can I explain this to you guys in a way? Like, yes, there are some people that may explain gaps in price, but they're not going to explain it the way I'm explaining it, because the way I'm explaining it to you is much simpler and much more dumbed down, right? So that is redelivery theory in the most simplest terms, is what I'm trying to get at. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. If you have any questions about it, just let me know, and I'll fill you in on the gaps. Get that, the gaps, like price. But from this high, there is no selling that's been taking place here. So you're probably going to see price continue lower here. I missed this exit here. I would have definitely scaled out when this was taking place, but I missed it here. Just like you can put a line right here, right, guys? You can put a line between this low and this high. So at some point, price is going to redeliver up to there at the very least. And then if you drop down on a lower time frame, there's a low right here as well. So this is how I'm able to predict where price will go at such a high odds. It's, you know, the odds of me predicting price in the right direction are very high. There are times like today where I got it wrong, but you know, last night I said price is likely to go up, and it actually went down. So how that price is going to continue up a little bit higher here. But if you look here, exactly what I'm explaining to you was right here. So this low right here, you could draw a line between this low and this high. Boom. Right to the tick of that low, right? So we put a line on this low over here. This was the first low, right? The major one. This is like the lower time frame low. Oh, what do you know? To the tick precision there. Why? Because that is CME. This is CME moving price around and reoffering the buyers the opportunity they did not get from here. They bought here, buyers bought, sellers sold all the way down. So at no point is a buyer going to buy any of this shit. It's just dropping. No one's going to buy that. So they redeliver price to reoffer that opportunity, therefore making price delivery fair. Both buyers and sellers had the same opportunity and the same price points. You know, once you kind of understand that, it's really going to open a lot of this price action up for you, and you're going to understand what's actually taking place. So what I tell you guys, they won't leave that open very long. Is it closed now? Yep. I can no longer put a line between that high and that low. I can no longer do it. They will be touching no matter what I do. So can you find any area within price that does that? If you can, once price starts moving that way, that's probably likely where it's going to go. Oh, right here, can I? No. They're touching actually, just barely. No, I guess you can, but it's very close. The spread might be wide enough there. Is there anywhere else that I can do this? Right here? Nope. Right here? Nope. That low and that high connect. What about here? Nope. Here? Nope. There? Nope. The last place is here. This high right here. And that high right there. And that low. It already redelivered to that high, but this on this time frame, this high has not been redelivered to. So it's probably what's going to take place now. You know, I did this experiment and we found a higher time frame area. I think it was on the 4 hour. And then literally the next day, price dropped over 400 points and redelivered to it. It was pretty wild. So I think it was yeah, I think it was this high right here when price was up here. It then dropped down, redelivered back to this high. You know, this high, you can't draw a line between, if you can, high, oh, redelivered there. High, oh, redelivered. Oh, redelivered. So you guys see, this is such a powerful concept, and it's just so basic and, you know, easy to kind of understand that I'm surprised more people don't look at price like this, but I don't think anyone kind of like thinks outside the box very often. Most people just consider that all price action theory has been solved and there is no edge left to be gained. But I kind of look at it different, like, you know, I think there's unique edges in the market that anyone can discover. So I don't, if any of my students ask me, what do you think about this? I don't like, oh, no, that can't be it. No, I say, I haven't personally checked it out, but if you find an edge there, you know, then there probably is an edge there, but you need to study price and figure out if there is an edge there. If I had thought in the way that most people think, there would be no half back to balance, there would be no Asia session turn, there would be no turnaround times, there would be no run on pre-market, there would be none of the setups, like there would be no slip and rip, there'd be none of these strategies that have literally, you know, changed lives. There would be none of them. So there would be no end of the day drift. Like, none of this would exist unless I thought outside the box and was willing to think outside the box for long enough for me to kind of like be able to discover new things, right? So don't be discouraged by these naysayers out here, guys. You can, just as I did, find unique edges in the price action that are unknown to everyone else, and those are great edges. Why? Because no one else knows about them, so therefore they're probably pretty good edges. By edges, I mean like you're more likely to gain money if you take the setup than not. Alrighty, man. So that is a wrap for this video. It started out as just like a quick analysis, but kind of turned into some redelivery theory. So hopefully you guys found value from it, and I'll see you guys on charts. Peace out.